Okay, so today with me there's Rebecca, co-founder of Bright Moments. You can see their gallery here in Berlin, and Christopher from ApollX. So thank you guys for coming. Yeah, first question, let's start with Rebecca, would be that not a lot of people knew probably that NFTs started around 2K15. Most of them get to know there's such a thing like NFT last year when we saw the very big valuation of this market. And yeah, the straightforward question would be, is it just a bubble or NFTs are going to stay? So what's your opinion on that?
So an easy question for the beginning. So hi everyone. I'm Rebecca. I'm from the Bright Moments DAO. I'll just say 2 sentences about me and then I'll get to that super easy question. So Bright Moments is an NFT art collective specializing in generative art, which is a form of digital art. And the key point is that we focus on in real life experiences. So we have an actual physical gallery where we show NFTs here in Berlin, and we mint NFTs in an edition of 10,000, so classic PFP, but instead of minting them all at once, we mint them over the course of a couple of years in 10 cities. So if you want to grab a citizen, next city is Mexico. Yeah, and that's my crypto Londoner actually, which I minted in July. They're also establishing a physical gallery. So the cool thing is that you can actually go and talk to the people, and we're establishing sub-DAOs in every city. So I'm part of the Berlin sub-DAO. Now to the easy question, is this hype or is this real? Well, I mean, the name of the panel is NFTs in pop culture. My thesis is that NFTs are super unpopular right now. So I don't know about you, but whenever I talk to my friends about what I do, it's worse than mentioning math. They're like, no, don't want to hear about it, don't want to understand it, never talk to me about this. But when I talk to them about, okay, this is sort of a better way to do peer-to-peer transactions, it's a way to use decentralized smart contracts for artists to earn revenues forever on secondary sales, and all that kind of stuff. When I try to describe the utility and the benefits, and I never mention the word NFT, people are intrigued and they understand it and they see some of the problems that this actually solves. But as soon as you say NFT, they're like, no, stupid JPEGs, don't want to hear about it. So long story short, I think there's real utility in the underlying tech. I think there's a lot of hype, and not all the projects, popular or unpopular as they might be, will survive. And once they're dead, long live the NFTs, long live the underlying tech and utility.
Hi guys, nice to meet you. I'm Christopher Schmidt. I'm the co-founder of ApollX. We are a consulting agency to help Web2 brands and also Web3 brands to understand, or mostly Web2 brands to understand the usability of NFTs and how they can integrate NFTs and tokenomics and blockchain into their brand and company in a sustainable way for them. So not doing cut years, doing a marketing hype shitty project and make NFTs more worse. Use NFTs as a real benefit for the customer. So this is our goal. Our goal is to make Germany NFT competitive. So we have 3 points. We want to educate. We want to show good use cases and bad use cases. And in the end, we consult the companies and brands. About your question, I had a talk and my topic was art as a Trojan horse, because why the hype is not a hype. And I think it gets really interesting when we stop speaking about NFTs and label everything with NFTs and just use the technology to bring like a real benefit to customers and consumers. So I think the hype is necessary, that a lot of people get in touch with there is maybe something new, and I don't get it really well, but I think after the hype will come the real benefit of the technology, NFTs and everything. So I think at the moment it's a big bubble with a lot of projects we don't need. But if companies start to find a way to integrate NFT technology, like Starbucks is doing it now with the reward system to really benefit customers, without the customer need to know that it's an NFT or it's blockchain, because no one cares if it's internet or it's HTTPS or whatever. I think when we start to use in this way NFTs and start to integrate real great systems, then we go into the future and not just a bubble.
Thank you. And coming back to you, Rebecca, you said that NFTs are unpopular in your opinion, right? So also Chris mentioned that we need more education in this space. What else we can do besides the education to make people like NFTs more? I'm coming from Poland, and this is the country, and I saw in Forbes, which hates NFTs the most, but I don't know why. But what we can do to make people like him?
I didn't even know there was a ranking of who hates NFTs the most. I need to read that article. That sounds amazing. Yesterday we had a talk about this as well. I think it's sort of everyone is asking themselves this question. Hype, no hype? Should I invest in this? Should I not? All the brands are looking into it. First point, if you want to be successful with an NFT drop, don't call them NFTs. Call them anything. Call them collectibles or video moments or experience something, but not NFTs. And then what it takes to really get to the masses and popular culture is to make something that not solves a problem or something, but that people really want to buy. So people don't care about the user experience if they really want something. They go through the most buggy experiences and they teach themselves new skills and they get into something new just because it's something that they want. Booking.com had a terrible, I think still has a terrible user experience, but I really want that hotel room, so I go through it. So as soon as NFTs get to the point where you don't have to be active on Discord all day to get on some private whitelist, and you don't have to understand the technology behind it, and you don't have to read through text that no one wants to read about why this NFT is the greatest thing ever and is going to take you to the moon, but it's actually something that you understand immediately, like the Starbucks loyalty program or like NBA Top Shots, then I think this will become a mass phenomenon and reach pop culture status. And yeah, celebrity endorsement doesn't make it pop culture, but sort of mass adoption from lots of people where the technology is not in the foreground, but just a means to an end.
Yeah, because the topic is NFTs and pop culture, I had before talk about the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and if they are able to transform their Web3 brand into a real lifestyle brand like Supreme or something, where everybody buys a brick for tons of money because it's Supreme on it. So at the moment, I think Bored Ape is necessary to push the hype, and that everyone once hear the name NFT and these funny apes around the world, but I'm not sure if they're able to really transform into a lifestyle brand that all the kids out there really want to have the ape on their back and want to buy a brick or a baseball stick with a Bored Ape on it. So maybe if brands like these are able to transform the idea of what they're building there in the Web3 into the normal offline analog world, maybe we have like a mass adoption there. On the other side, I think really consumer products will bring the mass adoption, like Starbucks is doing it now. I've like an idea for Edeka or Kaufland, because they also have an app, and if they can onboard people to use vouchers in the app as an NFT, every time they're buying in a grocery store, I think we will have there like a point where a lot of people needs to onboard, because they every day go to a grocery store, or every day buy a t-shirt or buy a coffee or whatever. So like Rebecca said, I don't think that a new NFT collectible project would bring the new hype or the mass adoption. I think like projects without the NFT label on it will make the difference.
Cool. So the next question, the last one, would be what more than PFPs and just an art, what we can do with an NFT. So for sure we've heard that we can trade real estate without intermediary, for example, with NFTs, but I haven't seen it in real life. So what are the use cases we can bring so everybody can somehow interact with NFTs?
Oh, first off, I'm super excited about the 𝗬𝗏𝗏 collection you just pitched. So if that reaches mass adoption, that would be crazy. I imagine the day my mom calls me and says she bought an 𝗬𝗏𝗏 collectible if I've heard of this technology. Like, I really want that day to happen. But so NFTs and other use cases than art and JPEGs. I mean, there's two things come to mind. I had a startup in music. So I was trying, failed, but still trying, to work with artists to release music collectibles. I think the first quote of the talk today was, don't try to change and fight the existing system, make something entirely new that breaks that system and makes it obsolete. And I think in music there's a big chance. It's one of the industries that I think could really benefit from NFT technology, because I don't know if you know this, but from all the revenue that is generated from a musician or a music creator, they get anywhere between 5 to 20% of that revenue. Everything else is lost in middlemen and sort of in between revenue that gets paid to all these bottlenecks and all these leaks. So that's, I think, one of the industries that can really benefit from this. And then on other real world assets, I was having this discussion about what if you could start trading on rare items like a bottle of wine or a Rolex watch without having to actually ship that asset around the globe. So you could just start trading in the NFT. I think that's going to reach a status of mass adoption pretty soon, because there's collectors out there who collect all sorts of rare stuff. And as soon as they start really getting into the NFT technology, I think that will take off. Question is, who will do it first and who will do it well? Yeah, let's hope it's not the apes. Or let's hope it is the apes. I don't know. Let's hope someone does it that does it well and creates a UX that's meant to be Web3, so inclusive for everyone. Borderless. There you go. In a way that actually embraces sort of the principles: community first, longevity, and value for everyone. So let's hope that whoever creates something that really takes off does it with those principles in mind.
I think also like use cases for NFTs is like Portugal using it for their vacation pass, like to have an NFT. Maybe in the future, like a soul-born token, it's more useful because you can't transfer it, you can't fake it, and you can just earn it as a vaccination pass. I also think for everything you have in school or the universities, like diplomas is the right word, thank you. Also, I think like the digital way, like there's a cool startup from Berlin. It's not from Berlin, Warranty. They try to do this, like have an NFT and a really expensive physical item, like a bottle of wine or a diamond or whatever. And you just need to transfer the NFT through the world, being borderless, without shipping the expensive item. So I think like these are use cases for using NFTs. On the other side, consumer products. If we are able to transfer the idea of NFTs into consumer products, this will be amazing.
Yeah, thank you for that. And as we run out of time and got small delay, we have to finish the panel. But you can talk to Rebecca and Chris right now. It's at the break, which is gonna start right now and gonna last 20 minutes. So we're back here in 20 minutes. Thank you very much, and thank you one more time, Rebecca and Chris. Cool.